Alright everybody, how's the audio? Hey Jason, what's up? Do you like this, you like what you see here today? We got the Constant Contact Michigan car. Let's see, we'll do an audio check to make sure we're doing okay. How's everything look? Looks like video's good. How's audio? I'm trying a little bit of a new setup. It's a little bit different today. Sounds and looks good. Alright, cool. I also zoomed the camera in so we could get a closer look at everything we're doing. So hopefully today it's a little bit of a positive change, move in the right direction. This pink car, I voted for it. I don't know if it's gonna win, but it's got my vote. It was a tough decision between this one and the other Constant Contact car from, what was it from? Charlotte, I believe. So today we're just gonna be adding a lot of decals around the back part of the car. Front part, the nose, I still haven't gotten to finishing up the pink that goes around the nose, so I don't think I'm going to touch that today. I'm going to try and keep this stream relatively short. Also, I have not cut the decals out because I've been really busy lately, so I have to do that. So let's see. Okay. Alright, still trying to learn this. Still trying to figure it out, but I think it looks good. Hopefully it sounds good. I'm trying out a new headset tonight, new microphone setup. It's a little bit different than last time, but I really do like this pink car. Let me just send a few messages out really quick and see. One more. Alright. Got some messages out, so we'll see. Anyway. Yes, so Fast Track, the team that Jayson has run multiple races for in the past year, did a contest similar to the March Madness bracketry for paint schemes. And of course, it's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill battle against the Cyber Frog. But I voted. Also kind of unfair because both of your Constant Contact cars were up against each other. So I did vote for both of them and get them there, but who knows what's going to happen. Like I said, you got some tough competition against the Cyber Frog car, which I also had to vote for Cody. But yeah, it's been like over a week since I think I streamed. I don't remember the last time I worked on a car was, but see, we have a few of you guys in here, so thank you for joining on this Monday evening. Hopefully everybody's doing well. A little bit of a change of a camera angle, zoomed in a little bit closer, a little bit different audio setup. I got a new headset through the mixer, so hopefully the audio's good. again, like I said, I really like this constant contact car, this pink one. It's just been kind of a pain to decal. So I don't know if Jayson's still on, but I know we had talked previously about having multiple of these. So when I inevitably make another one, I intend on doing it a little bit differently, considering just painting all of the pink. So my wife has a Cricket, and what is the voting? Oh, the voting for the paint scheme. Fast Track Racing, the team that Cody and Jayson race for, they're doing it. It's basically like a March Madness bracket style for all their paint schemes. And so eventually it'll get down to, I don't even know, I think they're in the final 8 right now, something like that. But it's basically an NCAA tournament bracket style paint scheme versus paint scheme. And unfortunately, 2 of Jayson's are in the same side because it goes by number. So this car is the number 10, and they put all of the 10 in one bracket in one side. They put all the 11 in another side of the bracket. And unfortunately, Jayson's this car, and no, it wasn't the Charlotte car, because the Charlotte car is 11. So it must have been, did you run the 10? Jayson might have ran the 10 at a different track with that constant contact paint scheme. But anyway, yeah, so it's basically just that. It's a NCAA style bracket voting system playoff thing that they have going on, and unfortunately 2 of Jayson's cars are going head to head with each other. And then I think, my guess is Cody's 2 cars are going to go head to head with each other. He has the 11 from his Daytona car this year, and then he has the is it the 01? I think it was the 01, the Cyber Frog car from last year. And I have a feeling that one's probably going to win it, because everybody loved the Cyber Frog car. But I did my best. I voted for Jayson's car, although I did make the diecast for the Cyber Frog also, so I'm not entirely biased. But the plan is to only be live for like an hour and a half-ish tonight. I am not going to be able to get this entire car done for a couple of reasons. One, I haven't cut everything out yet, which I just haven't had the time to. I've been pretty busy lately. And 2, I mentioned this before, but the nose decals, the pink still wraps around here, around the hood, and I have yet to apply those decals. I will get to it eventually. Kind of looks like a mustache, but I'll get to that eventually. And then at that point, I'll finish up the nose decals. I guess I could put the lower grille stuff on tonight, because it doesn't really impact, the pink color up here doesn't really impact anything that goes on down low. So maybe we'll see. We'll see how the evening progresses. It's already 8:11. Oh, also, my computer has an update. So if the stream dies in the middle of it, that's more than likely what happened. My computer just decided to update. Couldn't do it in off hours, like the middle of the night or anything like that. Had to decide to tell me that there's an update now. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, as for right now, just trying to finish up Jayson's first round of cars. Last week I cleared his the truck, and I cleared the Nashville car, and I cleared the, what was the other race that he ran? Nashville, the truck, and Charlotte. So I cleared those 3, and I haven't gotten to this one yet because I've been dreading putting these decals on it. So it's mainly the pink, and what I intend on doing is next time I make this car, painting all of the pink. I think the color is pretty close to the real car. Of course, again, colorblind for those of you that have been here before. But yeah, I think the pink is pretty close. I used the file that he sent over when I made the decals. So I feel like we're pretty close on the color. But I guess you'll never really know unless you put it right next to the real car. So yeah, that's pretty much where we sit. Hopefully I'd like to have this car done by the weekend, at least decaled, so I can clear it. I have a few other small projects that I've been working on in the meantime, but I haven't really had a whole lot of time to work on anything lately. So it's been kind of unfortunate. We've been pretty busy going back and forth here and there, family and everything going on. So Blaze, this is awesome, dude. I'm the one who designed this game. Sweet. That's really cool to have you here to see it. It's a tricky one to make from my standpoint, but it's a really cool paint scheme. I voted for it in the I guess March Madness style bracket tree. But yeah, so it's tough to put into diecast form. Getting all the contours right and getting everything to fit right has been a little challenging for me, but it's really cool. It's a very cool paint scheme. Obviously, I really like it. I think Jayson likes it too. And like I said before, when I inevitably make more of these, I intend on painting the pink instead of using decals, just because I think I can mask off the car a little bit better and paint it better than what the decals can do. Blaze had 1 hour to make this game, and his only direction was pink. Dang, 1 hour to make it. Well, I would say he knocked it out of the park. It's a great paint scheme. Pink. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. One of my buddies, his favorite colors is pink, so he's kind of jealous that I'm making this car. But yeah, so like I said, it's a little difficult. Getting some of these contours right and everything was challenging to get it to conform to the diecast, because it's not really like vinyl. These decals are a little bit different. They're water slide. So over here there's a bucket of water that I dip the decals in. I don't know if you guys can see the backing when it slides off, but yeah, I like this paint scheme. Now, Blaze, do you design design paint schemes? Like, is that job, or is that like a side job that you do? Or is it for fast track? Because I know this is a fast track racing scheme that Jayson drove at Michigan. Are you part of Apex Racing Lab? I had a hard time finding this decal, actually, to put on the car, but I eventually found it. Also, I do still need all of these decals, these little small ones for the C-post back here. At some point, Jayson will have to get together and see if we can find all of those, see if you have files for them or anything like that. Or if you don't want them on the car, I mean, that's perfectly fine too. It pains me a little bit because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, I guess you could say. So I like to make the schemes as close to reality as I can. But he has them? Okay, cool. Well, I mainly have done sim racing, which one to get IRL. Jayson gave us ideas. Okay, cool. See, I love these kinds of stories. It's super fascinating to me. As someone that has never been in racing, I went to school for engineering, trying to get into NASCAR, and it never really panned out. But this has kind of been my hobby for the past, I don't even know. I think 2011 was when I started working on these cars. So just seeing, you know, I got to know Cody a little bit, Jayson now I've got to know him a little bit, and then with, you know, Blaze designing this, it's just cool to kind of get involved in the NASCAR ARCA world a little bit. Doing something that I never really thought that I would do. But yeah, if you guys could get me all the graphics, I can add it to the next car that I do. And we can get this thing basically identical. It's these ones. It's all of the ones that go down the C-post of the car. It's a bunch of little tiny decals. Let's see, I might be able to add a picture. Let's see. Oh, I'm not gonna mess with it. I can't really do stuff on the fly yet with this streaming. I'm still learning it, so, you know, bear with me. But, okay, see, yeah, Jayson knows. So yeah, if you could get me all those, then this car will basically be exactly like it ran on the track, which is what I try to strive for when I work on these things. Those logos weren't on the original, but I can probably get all those rounded up. Okay, cool. That works. I'd appreciate that. That would be so cool. And then, I don't want to overcommit, but if you were interested in one of these cars, I could make it for you, since it was your first, you know, real life paint scheme that you designed and ran on track. So we could connect, connect. And if you're interested in having a diecast to, you know, set on your shelf or something, that's something I'd be willing to do. I could work with you, and we could see about getting one of these made for you. Because I know it's a cool thing. I mean, it's a memory. One of the crew members from Ryan Sieg Racing had messaged me a couple weeks ago about getting a car made for him for when he got his first top 10 with the team. I think it was from 2022. So it's just really cool to, you know, make memories or whatever for people that are in racing, because he's like, oh, I'll never forget that night. We ran really good and got our first top 10. So he's like, I want a diecast to remember it. So I made him a car. And yeah, if you want a car to remember your first ever paint scheme that you designed that went in, that actually raced on track, yeah, we could make it happen. I'd be open to it. It's really cool having you guys here. Blaze above, I think he stepped out. Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, you can either message me on X, or I think, Jayson, you have my email, so you can just copy me an email to him or forward my email or whatever you want, and yeah, we could work with him. RSS Racing. Hey Braden, how's it going? I agree. Ryan Sieg and Kyle Sieg, the both of them, were running pretty well. Now I know there was a little bit of strategy involved with that at Homestead this weekend, but Ryan has been snake bitten like the past 3 weeks. This week, what happened? He had a tire go down or something, and then last week he had a penalty on pit road or something, and then in Phoenix they hit that lip in the garage and tore up the nose of their car. They had to go to a backup car, but they finished 4th. Actually, the crew member that I made the other car for, he wants that Phoenix car too. So yeah, I'll be making that one in the near future as well. But I agree, underrated Xfinity team for sure with Ryan Sieg Racing. I don't know how much information I can disclose, but they have, like, they don't have a ton of employees working. It's not like a Hendrick Motorsports or a Joe Gibbs Racing. Like, it's a relatively, it's a very small team, and it's cool what they're able to do, you know, with the limited resources that they have, going up against these big teams and outrunning them almost on a weekly basis. I mean, they're outrunning some big names. Sieg was up, both of them, Ryan and Kyle, were up in the top 10, top 15 for a large portion of the Homestead race, and then some pit sequencing and some tire problems, it seemed like. But the more I guess the less I watch NASCAR these days. I mean, I used to be a huge Jeff Gordon fan, and I still do like the 24 team. I mean, it's just hard to not, you know, like a team that you grew up watching. But the more I'm involved in, especially the side with the Diecast and the smaller teams, and talking to some of the drivers like Cody and Jayson, I find myself liking the smaller teams more and more, and hoping for the underdog story more and more, which, I don't know, it's fun when Larson wins, but oh, no problem. I was just talking to Jason Blaze about getting you a diecast of this car if you're interested, since it was the first one you designed and it made its way onto the track. Figured it'd be a cool, like, memento or you know, memory. So if you're interested, Jason, I think he said he'd get in contact with me or copy you on an email or whatever. Anyway, any way you want to get in contact with me if you're interested in having this car, you know, for your personal collection or whatever, I'd be more than happy to make one for you. Although you might have to talk to Jason, because I think he wants like 5 of these, so I don't know what order it's gonna be. It's already taking me a long time just to get through the small quantity that I have, but I'm just one person. It's just me. You know, one of the hardest things to do for the ARCA cars is finding reference pictures. It's very easy to find reference pictures for the Cup cars, Xfinity, truck, but finding reference images for ARCA cars is a very difficult task. Blaze is number 1 priority. All right, you heard it here first. Blaze is number 1 priority. Well, I guess this could be his car. All right, if you're number 1 priority, then this could be your car. If that's absolutely. See, and that's really why I like doing what I'm doing, is, you know, like I said, I couldn't get into NASCAR from an engineering standpoint. It just didn't pan out. And I know a lot of people really like NASCAR and racing and ARCA in general. And it's a very difficult thing to get into unless you know somebody, it seems. I always laugh because, like, NASCAR is the biggest divide between the fan base and, like, the teams and the drivers. It seems from an outsider's perspective. So, like, when you're younger, most people play soccer, baseball, basketball, football. Like, those are pretty common, but racing's pretty difficult to get into. Racing is semi-common, but unless you want to make changes. That's a good point. That's a good point, Jason. Yeah, okay. So send me all of these decals, and we'll get Blaze the more accurate one. Not that this one isn't that accurate, but that one will be a little bit more accurate with the C-post decals on it. So yeah, we could do that. That's perfectly fine with me. We're going for accuracy here, boys. But yeah, it seems like racing's really difficult to get into no matter what discipline, especially considering the cost. I mean, if I were to go play, well, I grew up playing soccer, so the most I really ever spent on soccer was, I think one time I bought cleats that were like $140 or $160 and shin guards that were like $20. Other than that, it's pretty simple. You know, football, you might have to buy a helmet, or baseball, bats and a helmet and a glove, whatever. But to get into racing is expensive. And I don't even know that much about it. Like, I'm an outsider. So it's just kind of cool to use these skills that I've developed over the past, I don't even know, 2011 till now. So 14-ish years to help out the little guys and, you know, make people's days just by having a diecast made for them. Because we all know Lionel, they do really good work, but they don't do so well with making the smaller teams stuff. And I get it from their standpoint. It's not really financially feasible considering the direction that they've gone. And they've taken a lot out of the diecast. So all right, cool. Yep, C-post decals. We'll get them on the next car. Interesting fact about these cars. So the ARCA bodies, I'm sure you guys know, are like Gen 6 cars. So back in 2013, the Cup Series went to the Gen 6 body with the Chevy SS, Toyota Camry, and Ford Fusion. And the diecast that I need to get for these are all older cars when Lionel was putting like good detail in them. So they do make some ARCA cars nowadays. It's very rare. They hardly make any ARCA cars, but when they do, they're basically the Xfinity cars as far as details go. So the hood opens, but it's plastic chassis. Basically everything underneath is plastic. Roof flaps don't open typically. There might have been like a rare instance where they did. Maybe not. I don't even know. But the trunks definitely don't open. So it's just hood open and it's plastic chassis and it's really, really cheap. So luckily for guys like Jayson and the cars that I've made for Cody, these older body styles have a heck of a lot more detail in them. And personally, I like that more. So not that you really display them with the hood and roof flaps and trunk deck lid open, but I like more detail. And you pick it up and it's heavy. It feels more like a collectible than a toy. Like the new Xfinity cars and even the non-elite Cup cars, they just feel like, oh, that's the one. So the ARC Cup cars, their roof flaps open, but the deck lids do not. That's what it is. But they feel like toys, and they're still kind of expensive, which is the crazy thing. Like, I know Lionel, marketing, money, all that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'd rather work on these old Gen 6 bodies, chassis with more detail for your guys' collections and for stuff like that. So yeah, again, sorry about this stream. I didn't have time to cut everything out before, so it's kind of boring from that aspect. It's more fun when I just get to slap a bunch of decals on and we get to move through it pretty quickly and you guys can see it change right before your eyes. But yeah, unfortunately today the past couple weeks have been a nightmare, and I haven't actually had a good amount of time to sit down and work on something like this. So, and like I said, I've been dreading this car because of the contour, the way that the pink wraps around the body in certain areas, and stuff. So now that I'm working on it, I'm not as scared of it. And like I said before, I intend on painting the pink on next time, which will be nice. But overall, I mean, it still looks really good. So it looks like we have 5 people in here. That's about on par for what I typically get in these behind the scenes. Oh, and I think going forward, I might start calling these like behind the scenes or something, just because it kind of is. I mean, like, or Diecast workshop or something. I don't know, something different than whatever. I don't even remember what I've been calling it. Oh, decaling a car for a driver, which so far, oh yeah, the John Christ one was the last one I did for a comedian. That was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys saw that video. But that's another thing. So John Christ, a comedian, we saw him in Cleveland last year, and he's a big NASCAR fan, and he was doing this, not really a contest, but basically they built a new studio or whatever, and they have shelves behind them. So they wanted fans to send in different things to put on the shelves. And my wife's like, you should send him a custom NASCAR because he loves NASCAR. So yeah, that was a fun little project to do. I think the video went out last week. Oh wait, no, I haven't even posted the video yet. Ah, man. I've edited the video. It's gonna go out this Friday. I just have to record the audio for it. But yeah, that'll be going out this Friday. His reaction was so cool. And that'll give you guys another little bit insight into why I really like doing this. Because it was completely custom car. Like, I designed all the decals myself, and it's not a real car. Like, this one is a real car, of course, but the one I designed for him is just, I guess you could consider it a fantasy car. It was based off of Mark Martin's Valvoline scheme from the 90s, with all of the V's that kind of went up the side, and they transitioned from like blue to red, or red to blue or something. That was what the design inspiration behind that car was. But yeah, that video will go out Friday. I already did all of the editing. Now I just have to do the voice recording, which is honestly probably my least favorite part. That's why I like these live streams, because I can interact with you guys back and forth. And of course, getting rid of all of the ums and the stoppages and the dead air, which I can't really do that here necessarily, but I don't know. It's just more fun to interact with people live than it is to just kind of record alone. Although in a sense this is still kind of alone. There's nobody here with me physically, but you guys are all out there somewhere. But yeah, so that video is gonna go live Friday. I hope you guys enjoy it. His reaction was top notch. It was funny. I think I might record the audio for it tomorrow, because I need to post it to make sure that I don't get any copyright strikes, because I did use some of his audio and video in that video, and I haven't really done that before. I'm still kind of learning the YouTube space. It's been a year, but most of the stuff I've done has been pretty harmless. I would contend that the video for Friday is also pretty harmless. Yeah, see the unboxing reactions to your custom Diecast. Yeah, so that's exactly my point, because it's something that's special, it's unique, it's something that not everybody can do and have. And also Murph, I know Murph was his unboxing video was funny. So that video will probably go out the following week. But yeah, his unboxing video was a good one. I asked him to use some of the elements from his video as well. So yeah, I like the unboxing videos as well because it shows, you know, people's excitement when they get something, whatever they get, diecast wise. Well, let's see, 8:30. We've only been going for a little bit. So one thing about these is I have to do these white decals underneath, there you go, underneath the door numbers because of the design. You'll have, on the lighter decals, you'll have some of the darker colors bleed through them. So you want to make sure that you have a white underlayer underneath them so that the dark colors don't bleed through the light colors. It's not the worst thing, but it's something that bugs me and bothers me. Because again, I'm a perfectionist. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Maybe not. I don't know, if you've been watching these videos, you probably noticed. Also, this new headset's a little tight. So I might go get a hat. Or maybe for the next stream that I do, I might get a hat and wear that. But yeah, this is fun. And I've talked about this before. When I'm doing this, I'll either listen to music or listen to podcasts or whatever, watch different things. Like, I know tonight Moobs is live, so it's kind of unfortunate that tonight is the time that I found time to work on these cars. When he's live, I try not to stream over people, but it's inevitable. You're gonna stream over somebody. It's the internet. But just trying not to stream over people that are kind of in the same space. Like, I don't want to bring people away from his stream. Not that many people come over here anyway to begin with, but yeah, so I don't know, it's just kind of an unfortunate nature of the beast, so to speak. But the races this weekend were pretty good. I still like the Xfinity race better than the Cup race. I know Larson was out to like a 15-second lead by the end of the race, which I suppose some could say is boring. But when I was there in 2015 at Homestead for Gordon's last race, we were there for that weekend, and Larson stomped the field then too. He lapped up to, like, I want to say again it was like 5th or 6th, and that in and of itself is as entertaining as watching a battle for the lead, because I wanted to see him lap all the way up to 2nd, and I wanted to see yesterday or on Saturday how far up the field he was going to get, and that unfortunate caution came out, and then the ensuing restart, and Larson ended up losing the race, which was extremely disappointing considering I wanted the sweep. I wanted him to get the sweep. But that, of course, didn't happen. He's got another shot at it at Bristol coming up later this year in a couple weeks. I don't even know when Bristol is. It's got to be in a couple weeks. I think Martinsville's this weekend. But yeah, he had a shot to sweep the weekend, and I was pretty disappointed with the outcome of the Xfinity race. But I mean, there's not really much he could do about it. He was doing all he could. Everybody just couldn't hold the couldn't hold a pretty wheel. I'm no race car driver. I know it's a difficult thing to do on Homestead's worn out pavement. So yeah, I'm not criticizing or throwing shade or anything like that. But I was disappointed that Larson was not able to close out the deal due to that caution coming out. Now, an interesting thing that made me think about, though, was the double file restart rule and how, personally, I think it needs to be changed. It needs to be addressed. I don't think NASCAR will go away from the double file restart. I just don't think they will, because it's entertainment value for them, and that seems to be more what NASCAR is chasing over an authentic product on track. They just want the entertainment value, which is very annoying, by the way. I find that extremely frustrating. But I think what I would do, or what I would change regarding the restart rules, and you know, I thought about this more, maybe even just with 10 laps to go or 5 laps to go or something, but putting everybody back up against the leader is, I don't know. I have a hard time with that. Like, Larson had a 15-second lead. Larson was going to win the race he was going to win the race easily without that last caution coming out. So instead of lining everybody up side by side, the leader gets to pick, the leader basically gets his own lane. So, and honestly, if Larson didn't win the race off pit road, which he inevitably did anyway because he was so far ahead, they could have had like a 20-second pit stop and still came out ahead of everybody. But with that being said, the leader, or even the top 5, all single file. Because it's just, I don't know, it's crazy to run the whole race. And I know, like, ball and stick sport comparisons are stupid in motorsports, but it's basically like playing the entire basketball game or football game until 2 minutes left in the game, and then they reset the points to 0. So if one team's got like a 15-point lead in basketball, or like a 4-touchdown lead in football or whatever, with 2 minutes to go, they just they basically stop the game, equalize the points, and then resume the game. Basically what like a restart within the last 10 laps does. I don't like that. I think it somewhat takes away, well, it takes away from the integrity a little bit, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I was gutted for Larson. Yeah, Larson wins a lot. Yeah, I know, but it's still one of those things that you just kind of hate to see the race end up like that. Where, I mean, he was easily going to win the race. I don't think it's too bad of an idea. It would probably need some tweaking. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't like the idea, but, you know, if you're the leader and a caution comes out, assuming you come down pit road, whoever comes out front, or just the top 5, top 10, whoever that is, they remain the leader in the center lane of the track. A lane all by themselves. Or the top 5. Honestly, I would probably say the top 5. And then 6th on back, they can go 2 wide. But the top 5 restart single file in the middle lane. And then 6 through the rest of the field, they can go double file. But I don't know. That's why I'm not an official or a rule maker. I'm just a guy talking. Just a guy on the internet talking. Oh, that's a problem. This is the problem with water slide decals, is if they get a little bit wet, they become very difficult to cut and work with. So if you accidentally get one of them wet, you kind of have to fix that right away. So that's a little bit unfortunate for this one. Wasn't really ready to work on it yet, but that's why I try and keep all of my ones that are in the water on the mat, and then everything else off to the side that I have yet to work on. Sort of. It was kind of the last couple streams you guys saw. I already had them all basically pre-cut out, so I had them laying all over the mat. So that's a little bit different, because if they got wet, then it's not a big deal, because I'll just throw them on the car anyway, because they're already cut out. But stuff like that where it's not cut out yet fully and it gets a little bit wet, it's just annoying. So yeah, let's see here. Reference images. Oh, and I got a second monitor set up so I can keep an eye on the stream while also checking and seeing my reference pictures. So that's been pretty helpful. And I'm excited about that. Trying to get a little bit more serious about this streaming thing. 20 views, that's pretty cool. At least that's what YouTube's telling me right now. I mean, that's pretty fun. We had some really cool people here with Blaze and Jayson and Braden. Darby, of course. It was fun to see all you guys here. I don't really know though if this is something that could like explode into a a lot of people watching kind of stream. Like, this is a pretty niche thing that people just tune in and probably honestly just throw it on in the background, not worry about it too much, and just go about their business, whatever they're working on. If you're working on like homework or a hobby that's similar to this, you're just working on it in the background. You have some, which again, I've mentioned this before, I don't know why you'd put me on in the background. I would put something more interesting on, but at any rate, I appreciate you guys for being here. It's just cool to me that some people want to show up and just even join or even comment in the chat. That's pretty cool. Like I said, still pretty new to this streaming thing, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Maybe I won't keep doing it. Maybe I'll just keep doing videos. Not really sure. But this is also a way for me to record decaling these cars in case I need to or want to use it in a video. Like, let's say Jayson or Blaze does an unboxing video and sends it to me. I'd like to use that footage and then take the footage from this live stream and put that in the video as well, so you can get like a little bit of behind the scenes, but also the reaction of whoever is opening whichever car it is. Which again, this Friday, John Christ opened his car live on his podcast. I guess it was like kind of live, and the reactions are hilarious. Super cool. Super cool. So I hope you guys will tune in on Friday to check that video out. That one's gonna be a fun one. I already recorded all of the video. All of the videos done for that one. Now I just have to record the audio. I'm thinking about doing that tomorrow. And again, that is my least favorite part, is doing the audio and kind of editing the video, because it's such a long process. It just takes a while. So you guys that have been here in this particular stream, we're approaching an hour that we've been live. And so when I stream and do this sort of thing, obviously it saves to YouTube, and then I can download it later and then pull all of this footage out of the stream, and then I can edit it down into a video. and that's my least favorite part because it just takes a while. And that's all. It takes a while. It's tedious work. I need to hire an editor or something. But I'm not quite big enough for that. I only have 170 subscribers, which is not that much. It's more than I thought I'd ever get. It's kind of been fun to watch the numbers slowly tick up over the past year. I mean, we've been, I think May. I think the first video was like last May or something. So it's been fun to watch the progression over the past year of how the channel's evolved and how some new people have come in and, you know, commented and on live streams and on videos, and get to know a few people inside the industry a little bit, and get connected with a few people here and there. So it's been a really, really fun thing. But I mean, 170 subscribers is a lot, in my opinion, for me. I don't know why everybody keeps coming back. I appreciate it though. It is fun to hang out and chat with people, whether it's in the live streams or in the chats of the videos. Also, showing off the collection has been fun. Getting back to seeing some cars that I haven't really, like, yeah, I have all the cars hanging on the walls, and if you guys saw the basement reveal video, was it last week or something? That was a fun one. I enjoyed doing that one. But yeah, all the cars are on the walls and you can see all of them, and it's cool, but I don't really get to do a deep dive into, you know, what each of them are. Yeah, that's the passenger side. What each of the cars are. So it's been fun to go back and record the videos of the cars rotating, and then do a little bit of research and talk about them. Most of them, though, so far, let's see, what have I done? William Byron, some random customs, and then the special finishes for Gordon, which I like those. If you know anybody that has the Ghost Elite Pepsi Max car from 2011, send them my way. Unfortunately, it's going to be an expensive car, and I don't know how I need to buy it at some point. I guess I don't need to do anything, but to fill that hole in the collection, I'd like to buy it at some point if I could ever find it. But speaking of expensive cars, that Diecast model, I don't know if you guys saw that first video. It did pretty well. It didn't like blow up or anything like that. The short blew up. The short has over like 1,000 views, which is crazy. So I think the video might only have, what does the video have? I could look right here. Let's see. Videos. I think the video had like 100 and something views, 120 or so. What the heck? I don't know, the internet's being bad. Ooh, the stream might have lagged. 149 views. See, that's pretty good. And it's brought in some new subscribers, which is fun. People are here to see the Diecast, and I get that. It's a pretty neat car. It's gonna be expensive when it's all said and done, but I'm excited about it. Hey, Mr. Rusco. welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's been a fun one. If you're just joining, you missed it, because Jayson and the guy that designed this car, Blaze, they were both in the chat earlier talking about it, and I'm gonna make him one, which is pretty cool. So very, very neat thing to be able to talk to the driver of the car and the designer of the car. So that was a pretty cool thing. I'm excited about that. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Just trying something. Oh, there we go. Hopefully this doesn't. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. But yeah, that was really cool to talk to those guys in the chat. But this double monitor setup is working like a charm. I got the reference pictures up on the big screen, and I got the stream going on the other screen, so to kind of see how that's going. So 2 monitors is the ticket, so thanks for that. I also zoomed the camera in. I don't know if you could tell compared to the last stream, but it's a lot. You hate to see that. Decal came right off. It's a lot closer. That doesn't happen too often. Ooh. That's like the first decal that we've had an issue with in a while. I haven't really had too many issues with many of the decals. But yeah, it's been going good. Going well. Going well. And I talked to... Oh no, YouTube is not responding. Oh no. Error. Uh-oh. Is the stream dead? Is the stream dead? Hello, people out there. Okay, it says it's not receiving. Oh, there goes the camera. Oh no, it's all going. It's all going sideways. It's live. Okay, I'm getting an error. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video. Something. Camera just... Okay, I think I fixed the camera. The camera should be back. But for some reason, it says that YouTube's not receiving enough video. So we should back on. Okay. I don't know. It's just kind of freaking me out with that error message over there. Maybe my computer's about to blow up. Who knows? Probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. Maybe my computer is about to crash or restart itself. So again, if the stream goes away, it's more than likely because my camera or my computer reset itself because it had an update. But as long as you guys can still see it, that's good. I mean, we're kind of almost done here tonight anyway. I only have a few more decals to put on aside from all of these nose decals. Maybe I'll do the bottom grill stuff because we're only at about an hour in. Maybe YouTube just decided that the stream is not interesting enough for people, so we're gonna shut you off. Hopefully that's not the case. Error. See, I don't like that. I see a big error, and it's like yellow or orange or something. And I'm afraid to click away because who knows what's gonna happen. I don't know, should I do the roof flaps tonight? Probably not. I might save that. Okay, it says YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Buffering. Okay. Has it been buffering at all? Have you guys experienced any buffering? Everything is normal. Okay, that's... Alright, as long as it's okay for you guys. That's all that really matters. Because it's freaking me out. I'll tell you that much. But, okay, we'll keep rolling. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I might not... Maybe we'll just do like another half hour, get a few more decals put on this car, and then I'll finish it up. I'll do a video when I send these cars all to Jayson of the normal like Friday video of them rotating on the pedestal, so you guys can see the 4 different cars that I made for them. I mean, we already decaled. Did we do? Yeah, I think we did a stream for the truck. So we did a stream for all 4 cars that we've been working on for them. So once I get the Ryan Sieg decals, I will be working on that car. Also, I might stream the Cletus McFarlane car. I might do that as well. That might, I don't know, because Lionel was still considering making that one, but a buddy of mine reached out to me and asked me to make it for his friend. So I'll likely be doing that in the near future. I already got the donor cars, and the decals are on their way. Whether or not they show up on time, who knows? But, alright, you know what, we'll wrap it up with these. We'll do the bottom grill, the brake duct opening. Well, they're not really like brake duct openings. They're like lower side grill pieces. Do those. We'll do the Camry, the lower grill, and then we'll call it. That should take us right around a half hour longer, maybe less, because I still have to do the pink that goes on the nose and around the hood around here. As you can see, let's see. As you can see on this side, that pink goes all the way up to the hood cutout. And on this side, I haven't extended it yet. So I'm getting there. And then, of course, it goes all the way around the nose with this pink decal. So we're getting close. We're not quite there yet, but yeah, we'll get it. Let me just pull the reference picture back up real quick here to make sure I'm doing everything right. Oh yeah, we'll be fine doing these other ones. But then I think I'm gonna call it. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been fun. I like doing this. It's a good time. It's sort of interesting for me. It's different, of course. I don't really know a different time to stream. It's kind of just whenever I find time to do this. And again, this particular evening, I had not cut all of the decals out yet. So that's why it's a little bit more boring with cutting all of the decals out the way that is, but you know, it is what it is. I think next stream, let's see, what other cars am I working on? I mean, next stream might be the Cletus car. It might not be for a week, but it might be, assuming I get the decals. I'll probably be streaming Cody's car when I get those decals. Oh, you know what? That one would probably be up next pretty soon thereafter. Finally finished all the decals for his car. It took him a while tough to get me all the stuff, but I got it eventually. So the decals are done. I just need the car, or I just need them to ship to me. The car is ready. I can show you guys the car. There's not that many people watching, but if you're interested, I can show you the car. It's chrome. Chrome will get you home. A buddy of my dad's always used to say that. He probably still does say it. But chrome will get you home. But yeah, so I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up. Let's see. Oh no. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up at all. Hey, the error just went away. That's cool. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate you. Okay. So I don't know how well the camera, let's see. I can't really even pick it up. Oh yeah, it does. It does a little bit. So see, let's see. See under here, I can see the spikes kind of bleeding through a little bit on the number. Like, you can't really see that now with the white opaque underlayer. So that's why you do it. It just adds a layer. And plus I had some extra space on the decal sheet to fill in. So like I said, for this particular car, I think the next time I do it, all of the pink is going to be painted on instead of decaled. So I'm going to mask it off. My wife has a Cricket. I think it's a Cricket, or it's a Silhouette. I think it's a Cricket. I think my sister has a Silhouette. And I'm going to mask it off and paint it. So it might look a little bit more crisp, a little bit better than these decals. Although the decals did turn out pretty good. They do look good. I will not lie about that. They were just an absolute pain in the butt to put on this car in some instances, and I'm not even done with them. I still got to do the nose ones. So it still might yet be a headache. All right, we got a few more decals to put on, and then I think I'm gonna call it. Unless you guys want to see anything else. Not really working on anything else right now. I don't know what you would even call these. This is kind of like what the brake duct openings would be. Normally they have the vents in here, and it goes. There's hoses that go to the brakes to cool them. But like on a street car, it's just like lower side grills. It's like the normal grills up here and here. So I don't really know. It's just a aesthetic feature on a street car. I'm not sure if it actually does anything. To be honest, I don't think street cars have, at least none of the street cars I've ever owned have brake hoses, brake duct openings for cooling them. You're definitely not on the brakes as much in a street car as you are in a race car, as far as stopping power and acceleration go. So yeah, a street car would definitely not have the need for race car brakes. Although the way some people drive these days, you never know. But yeah, this will just about do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a fun stream. It was really cool to talk to Jayson and to Blaze about this particular set of decals and this particular car. So if you guys joined late, Jayson Alexander's the driver. He hopped in the stream earlier, and Blaze is the guy that designed this car. He said he had about an hour to do it, and his only direction was pink. So I think he knocked it out of the park. It's a really cool car, and they both hopped into the stream earlier, and we're talking about it. So it was really, really cool. I'm going to be making him one of these for his personal collection. And yeah, I mean, that's why I like doing this, because you get to meet some pretty cool people and interact with a bunch of neat people, and then I can also, you know, make somebody's day by making a car for him. That was his first, he said that was the first car that he ever designed that made it onto the actual racetrack in real life. He said he does sim design, which is, you know, iRacing, stuff like that. But this was the first one that got to go on track in real life, which is sweet. Dream come true. So it's cool seeing my diecast make them out there and get to different people. And I mean, I think they look pretty good. I'm a little biased, of course, but yeah. So next time you see this car, it'll be done. It'll be in a video on Friday. Not this Friday. I already have John Christ's video coming up for this Friday. But I have these decals to put on it still. These decals to go on. Now, of course, those are on the front windshield and back glass. Spoiler stuff. Spoiler tires and front valence on the nose. And then roof rails. Because I think the roof rails, they should be black. Yeah, they were black on the real car. So a few little details here and there to fill in. But I'll do that off stream, and you guys will just see the finished product. I don't know if I'll go live. I mean, maybe I will when I make the rest of these. I don't really remember how many Jayson wanted. He said he wanted a lot of them, but I don't know how many I'm going to be able to make with all my other projects going on of each of them. So I started off with one of each, and I can show them to you guys if you're interested. Would you guys like to see the 3 other race vehicles for Jayson Alexander before we leave stream? Type yes in the chat if you're interested in seeing the other 3 race vehicles that I have made for Jayson before stream ends, which probably be in the next couple minutes here. Going once. I wonder if it actually is delayed. Yes. Okay. We got one yes. Type no if you don't want to see them. Say no. I want nothing to do with the cars for Jayson Alexander. Alright. So this is the Constant Contact Michigan car. Ooh, here's an interesting conundrum. I'm attached to this headset. Let's see if I can reach the other cars without destroying the set. Here is the Selwyn Pub car for Jayson. There we go. Here is the, what is this? CWR LLC truck. I kind of wish Jayson was still here to see these, but that's okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach the other one. Let's see. And the Constant Contact. And we'll move this one out of the way since we already know what it is and worked on it today. The Constant Contact number 11 Charlotte car. So these are the other 3 that I worked on for him. They're all done. Now I just have to finish putting them together. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for today, folks. I got some other things to work on this pink car, this Michigan car, but it requires a heat the air gun, the heat gun, so I think I'm going to do it off stream. But yeah, only an hour and 17 minutes today. Not too long of a stream, but just enough to get on and interact with some of you guys and have some fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And I think that's it. I think I'm going to call it there. Until next time, this has been Diecast Driven. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you later. Oh yeah, video out Friday. Keep your eyes peeled for that. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. So, thank you guys for joining. I hope you had a great time, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.